Hello, and welcome to another episode of Unhindered Faith. For the next couple weeks, I would love to go on a journey with you of one of my favorite stories in the Bible. You can find that in Daniel chapter 6. We're not going to read it, so I encourage you to do just that. This holiday season, it could bring up a lot of different emotions for a lot of people. Whether, mountaintop, excited about family coming in and seeing, like my son's flying in into Sacramento, and we're going to have Christmas together. So to see my son from Minnesota to come in, excited for that. But on the other side, there are times where, I've lost both my parents. So the grieving of having memories of the past and knowing that they're not with us anymore. It's just a lot of roller coaster emotions. And then you deal with maybe a lot of financials, of, man, I wish I could buy this for my kids or for someone, and I just don't have the finances, to the anxiety of the busyness and the attitudes of what you find in the store from other individuals, and the stress. So this holiday season could bring about a lot of different emotions, and it reminds me of the story of Daniel in the lion's den. And so that comes with this title of what we'll focus on for the next couple weeks is why am I in the lion's den? Sometimes we feel trapped in situations that we feel like we can't get out of. And Daniel was exactly in that place. You see, the first 16 verses of Daniel chapter 6, it really lays out what was happening with Daniel and how he ended up in the lion's den. You see, because of his integrity and his honesty, he developed a relationship with King Darius that was close. In fact, they became really good friends. And King Darius appointed Daniel one of three individuals in charge of the government of the land of that time. Now, the nobles got upset, they were jealous, and they were trying to figure out how to set up Daniel and get rid of Daniel. And the only way they could go after Daniel was by his own faith in God. And so they kind of schemed and tricked King Darius into initiating a decree of that you can't worship any other gods or people except for King Darius. And if they were caught, they would be thrown into the lion's den. So that's where we end up, starting in verse 16 of Daniel chapter 6. Some of the things when it comes to finding ourselves in a den, in a lion's den, we feel trapped, we feel confined. I think of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Peter writes, "Dear friends, do not be surprised at the painful trial you are suffering, as though something strange were happening to you." He also says in 1 Peter 1:7, "These trials have come so that your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may be proved genuine and may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed." In other words, when we face the dens, the trials in life, we shouldn't be surprised. So I wanted to encourage you in this moment that when you ask the questions, why am I in the lion's den? We got to start with, we shouldn't be surprised. Peter addresses this. In the next couple weeks, we'll talk a little bit more that when you feel confined, when you feel trapped, it's actually a good place to be. I'll share next week that is the most spiritual place to be, because it's in those moments that Jesus is revealed. So when you are approaching this holiday season, maybe you are feeling like you're trapped in a lion's den. One of the things we're going to discover that when Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, as soon as he entered that den became his den. In other words, the only thing that changed in the lion's den were the lions. So why was that? Why was that? This is a message that I preached a few years ago, but it is a message. It is a message that has been stirring within me for some time now. And I want to just break this down with you for the next few weeks. So please join me on this journey in unhindered faith, that we can walk no matter what lions we are facing, no matter what den we are thrown in, that we can walk with a faith that's not hindered. In other words, we have unhindered faith. Unhindered faith. So be encouraged this week as you go through work, school, family, life, whatever it is. When God is with you, He is in you. And no matter where you go, the atmosphere will change, because God changes the atmosphere. God bless you and have a great week.